So let's welcome fellow Toastmaster Angelina Simms to the stage.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, I am excited and a little bit nervous to share with you my 6-month experience as a new Toastmaster of Toast of Severna Park. Now, some of you may know, some of you may not know that my journey here as a Toastmaster started with an invitation to attend as a guest by our current president, Dr. Mansur Hasib. I made a connection with him through LinkedIn after reading his book on cybersecurity leadership. I thought that it would just be a nice thing to do by accepting his invitation to attend Toastmasters at that first meeting. Now, my initial thoughts were to just pay the courtesy and keep on moving. Have you ever met someone or try out a club or some sort of networking event where you realize it just wasn't a fit? Maybe it was okay in the beginning, and then you realize it wasn't a fit for you. We all have the tendency to doubt or dismiss something based on past experiences, especially poor ones. I've had my fair share of bad ones, and I was prepared to keep my guard up when it came to another group because, a lot of people were full of a bunch of malarkey, and I had to, protect myself, make sure there wasn't anything crazy going on, because I've seen so many people promise to help with leadership and public speaking skills. So that's why I had to keep my eye open. But after one visit, I realized Toastmasters of Severna Park was a good fit for me. The club was all virtual, and by the time I came along, all the preconceived notions were totally shot down of what I thought I was getting myself into. One meeting in, and I just knew that it was a fit. How? Everyone was welcoming. They encouraged me to come back. Nobody was pushy, and everyone saw nothing but potential in me. I was brought in by our current president, who also promised to be my mentor. And you know what? He actually held up his end of the bargain. It was a team effort. Even though the bulk of my interaction in the beginning was with Dr. Hasib and the other members of the mentorship cohort, I see Yara, she was part of it and she's here tonight. My first 6 months really felt like the entire club made a team effort to encourage me and my growth as a speaker and a leader. Our VP of Education, Craig, he reached out to me on a regular basis to see if I could fill roles for meetings. I was always encouraged by Jerry and Oscar and even Mr. Freeman, even though, he thinks I might try to take a shot at him, but I promise that I won't. Everyone just made me feel like a part of the club and everyone gave valuable feedback. So it was easy to see that all the members in leadership had an interest in seeing all the members, new and old, grow and be our best selves. In a 5 to 7 minute speech, it's kind of hard to cover every detail of how much I value the mentorship received as a new member. So I'm just going to cover 3 things that come to my mind whenever I reflect back on my experience over the first 6 months. First, there's the opportunity to connect with others. My role as a mentee under the direction of my mentor, Dr. Hasib, it allowed me to develop my communication skills and work on embracing my own wacky style, which helps to take away some of the fears that I initially had of reaching out and making my own connections in areas that sparked my interests. He didn't push his own agenda on me and always listened to me and other mentees in the group about our goals and always gave insight, feedback as needed, and always gave us our space to create our own path. As I and other members in the group worked on excelling in our paths, we collaborated outside of Toastmasters and on different projects. And some of us even had opportunities to do so with our mentor, Dr. Hasib, on his podcast and even speaking at his recent conference that had to do with his most recent book about personal branding. And we were all able to showcase the greatness that all people in his network are constantly working on, You know, Dr. Hasib knows a lot of people, doesn't he? Finally, the third major area where I found value in mentorship from being in Toastmasters was the opportunity to create. This area does overlap with the first two that I mentioned, but I want to highlight that it's through mentorship that I saw new and different ways to connect and collaborate and create opportunities with and for others. But to me, this is a sign of a great mentor. The level of mentorship showed not only me, but others the importance of paying it forward and bringing out greatness in others. This is what Toastmasters is about. It's about connecting, collaborating, and creating with others. But no matter where you are in your journey, I invite you to take the challenge and do the same with others in your community. Thank you.
Next, we have yet again another distinguished Toastmaster giving another evaluation of a 6-month member who gave an outstanding speech. And I am looking forward to Joey Gibbons giving our evaluation of Angelina Simms.
Mr. General Evaluator, Toastmasters and guests, members of the Toast of Severna Toastmasters Club. Angelina, thank you very much for your presentation. I'm going to break it down into 3 phases. What you did good, what you can possibly consider to work on, and how you can challenge yourself. Now, on the Pathways evaluation, it has 7 key things on the 2nd page. Your clarity was awesome. You spoke very clearly. There was no ambiguity in your presentation. Your vocal variety, awesome, world class. Your comfort level, 6 months speaking, you got it beat. People may think just because you are new in Toastmasters, you are afraid of public speaking. Not the case whatsoever. You just learn different types of techniques to enhance or to polish your presentation. You did all that outstandingly. Your enthusiasm was off the charts, and it bubbled over to me through the video camera. There was no malarkey in your conversation. And even though you gave to me an icebreaker, you gave praise, you honored your mentor, you gave us some food on how to be successful. You received an invitation. You followed up on the invitation just to be respectful, but you found something there. Now, when you came up with your prop, I liked your prop, but after a while, you kind of went around. A prop can be good and it can also be bad. So once you get that prop, when you throw it away, you hit a home run. Your eye contact was awesome. You was moving up, you was moving down. You used the speaking stage. Most people like to sit down. Some people stand up. Regardless of what you decide, both techniques work extremely well for you. I mentioned about the props. A couple of times on your eyes, I saw you looking up. That's very noticeable in the camera. So try to focus more on your camera so that way if you're competing in a contest, you won't lose any points. This is what I think you can do or to challenge yourself in the future. If you're not serving in a club officer position, consider serving in a club officer position during the next term. Now you may be saying, well, I'm too busy, I got too much on my plate. Don't worry about that. That's why you have 7 club officers and you support one another. So if you can't pull the load, somebody else can help. Consider that. Continue to give speeches. And on July the 1st, 2021, have it your goal to try to earn your triple crown for that next Toastmaster year. If you don't know what it is, ask your mentor. Overall, outstanding presentation. I turn it back over to you, Mr. General Evaluator. Thank you.